Hi YouTube and welcome back to my Let's Play Sims 3 on Saturdays. So, I hope that you are watching this on my, well, you'd have to be watching this on my new channel, since I'm no longer posting these on my old one, and I hope you were able to find your way to the channel just fine. Alright, so, Blake is now a child. We had his birthday last week, and he brought a friend home from school, and his friend immediately went to do his homework. I'm like, okay. I thought I'd get him to come to his friend and do his homework, and then I realized, oh, he's got his imaginary friend and he wanted to come out to play. I saw that note earlier, and aha, he's now coming to life. Although he is just an imaginary friend, so only children can see him. And he decided not to do contact with his friend. He decided to do it over here with his dad. But here comes his imaginary friend Riley. And I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl, to be perfectly honest. I think his outfit's more pink and red, so it might be a girl named Riley. I don't know. I know that we can eventually make the imaginary friend into a real human who can join the family. And the Riley's already going by the name of Riley Swan anyway. But first we have to either find a rainbow gem or get to like level 8 or 9 in chemistry. Either option is rather difficult. Oh, and of course we have zombies rising from it's a full moon. So, you know, and I still have, obviously I have all the expansions installed, so I have Supernatural. So we get to see zombies and pretty much, I mean, I think ghosts were the only thing that we could see before Supernatural. But all of a sudden, apparently Blake is a werewolf. So having his mom be half werewolf and his dad be a complete werewolf, I guess that makes him a werewolf. I was one of the things I was wondering is, gee, would you know, can children be werewolves? Obviously, infants and toddlers can't transform, but apparently children can. So, alrighty. And so now I thought, well, yeah, maybe he should become better friends with Riley and see if we can, oops, and apparently Riley doesn't know how to use the bathroom. Oh dear. And I have absolutely no control over Riley whatsoever, since he's not technically a member of the family at this point. It's interesting that Mom was thinking about imaginary friends, even though technically she can't see him. If I switch to her view or to the dad's view, Riley kind of just disappears. And here, Blake just asked his mom, gee, can you read me a bedtime story? Because apparently he's tired and wants to go to bed. So, Mom's going up with him to read him a bedtime story, which I think is kind of nice. But, yeah, so we have yet another werewolf in the family. I don't know, I might keep him as a werewolf, or I may have him give up the curse just like his dad did or something. I don't know, we'll see. I haven't decided on that yet. Because I think if he gives up the curse and then has kids, I don't know if that means his kids will still have it or not. I'm not sure. Alright, so Mom's actually gonna, I've tried this before, like tried to force it, where I asked them to read bedtime story, and for some reason or whatever, in the past it's not worked with previous families I've played, but in this case, yep, Mom's actually doing it. Oh, and if you hear a bell in the background, it's my cat again. For those of you who are not regular watchers, he's got a little bell collar on. Alright, so now our little werewolf child must go to sleep. At least he did all his homework, so at least he'll have good grades and stuff. Oh, that's right, I forgot. He wants to go sleep in his treehouse. So he's gonna go over to the treehouse. Oh, and I also gave him a complete makeover because I think if you saw him from his birthday party, he was dressed like a complete dork. I mean, his haircut, everything. So I actually gave him a little bit of a makeover before I started recording this episode. So he's actually got a complete set of like very modern day clothing and things. And I think as his parents, both of his parents, his mom is now a full adult, and his dad is going to become one pretty soon. And they're both going to have midlife crises. And so, if they have midlife crises for getting a makeover or whatnot, I will probably get them more futuristic looking clothing too, because, you know, why not? They live in a futuristic house. And oh yes, you notice that Riley just kind of at the bottom of the treehouse. He followed him all the way here, but now he turned himself back into a doll. So as long as he is just an imaginary friend, he will revert to doll state when Blake's not around. But if we can turn him into a real human, then he won't ever revert back to a doll state in the future. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. Now it's the next morning, and I thought, well, Blake should have some breakfast before going to school, if nothing else. So I thought, well, he can try making waffles for himself and see how that happens. Oh, it's interesting that he actually did a transporter effect out of this treehouse right down to the ground. Sometimes I've noticed that the transporter thing is working or they're teleporting, and sometimes they don't. I don't know if it's an effect of the modern, the futuristic house or not. But at any rate, that's what's happening. Because I haven't purchased the teleporter. There's a lifetime rewards teleporter thing that you can get for like 75,000 points or something, which I don't have for any of the family members at the moment. But for some reason, there is some teleportation going on. I really am guessing it has to do with the fact that they're living in a futuristic house, even though they're not in the future yet. Probably will take them back to the future in the next couple of weeks or so, just to see how their descendants are doing and see how different they are from what we saw last. Okay, yep, there's the announcement about Jeffrey's birthday, as I mentioned before, that the dad's gonna have a birthday, so we are. I think I was taking my time reading this. So why not buy him a cake and throw him a party? So, you know, obviously that's Blake's birthday cake that's spoiling on the table now, so we gotta clean that up and then have Jeff's birthday, and then we'll have 2 adults in the house. That's a good thing. Alright, so here we are planning the party. And I think Aria wanted a pool party, so I thought, well, you know what, I could throw a pool party and still have a birthday cake and do a birthday. It doesn't have to be a birthday party for you to use a birthday cake. So I fulfilled 2 wishes with 1 stone, so to speak. Pool party is actually going to start really soon. And Riley and Blake are... I think Blake really wanted to have a water balloon fight, so I decided to have a water balloon fight between the 2 of them. And in the meantime, we'll see what's going on here. Yeah, we need to serve some food. Probably need to have some tunes. And, oh yeah, he was going to call and hire a mixologist. Although it turns out, I think that the kind of bar that we have, the mixologist just wasn't going to work behind it. I think they only work behind the really fancy ones or something. So I might have to upgrade the bar for future parties if I want to hire a mixologist. Alright, first guest has arrived. So the birthday boy is going to have to go and join the party momentarily. Alright, so we've got the food going on, and Aria was just answering a phone call. There we go, let's hire a mixologist. and she ends up not doing anything at the party, but at any rate, yep, there we go. Turn on the tunes. What's a party without some music? And I decided to do pop music for this party. Alright, so we've got our guests coming in. I have Blake's friend from school. I thought I'd have him join the party. So Blake has someone his age to hang out with, not just his imaginary friend. And apparently his dad wants to chit-chat with the friend, but I think it's probably time that we... Oh, I decided to go swimming. Well, it is a pool party after all. But I think ultimately I ended up, because he was waiting to talk to... Well, he was going to talk to Blake, and then this kid was going to come over and talk to him about something, and I was like, meh. Probably time to go ahead and just blow out the birthday candles. Gotta do that early enough in the party, otherwise people start leaving. Alright, so it's time to have the birthday. Yeah, and if we didn't have the birthday today, he would have just aged up naturally, I think at midnight or something. I didn't get a 2-day warning with him. It was like, it's Jeffrey's birthday today. Really? Might as well have the party today then. Just kind of looking around to see where everyone is. And they're kind of slowly migrating to the back patio for the party. And probably be blowing out the candles pretty quickly. And of course the transition from young adult to adult, they don't really change in terms of what they look like very much. Actually definitely in the next episode I've recorded enough footage that I'll have an episode for next week as well. And Jeff is getting a makeover, getting rid of some of his silly clothes that he has, and you'll see a very more futuristic look on him. Actually, if you're still watching this video, if you want to see his makeover when I do it, let me know in the comments below. I can certainly include that footage. Usually if I include it, I speed it up quite a bit, because it takes me a while to kind of go through all the things, and I can edit through it and speed it up so that you can just see all the different options of what I choose for his different outfits and things. And then I also kind of update his haircut and his face as well a little bit. Not his face, but his beard. So that he looks a little bit more like a mature adult and less like a college delinquent. Alright, so everyone seems to be having a good time at the party. Everyone seems to be grabbing a piece of cake. Oh yeah, and then I was just checking out some of these wishes and things. And still having a little bit of the freezing glitches on the game. But again, it's my hardware, it's my computer, it's not the game itself. I eventually need to get a new computer, but in the meantime, as long as I can still play the game, I think it's okay. I just have to remember to, I don't always edit out all of the pauses, unfortunately. I miss some of them where I'm going through and editing everything. But be that as it may, I think I got most of them. Like how the mixologist was there to grabs a piece of cake and wants to sit right where very stinky Blake is. Apparently he needs a shower rather badly. Like how the imaginary friend just kind of stands by and just kind of watches everything. It doesn't really do much. We'll interact with him a little bit more with the next episode, and since Mom doesn't have a job, I might send her out to see if we can't find a rainbow gem out there somewhere. Oh yes, and Blake had a lifetime wish of lifestyles of the rich and famous, and I thought, you know what, why not? That's an easy one to fulfill. He just has to be rich and famous, and he's already halfway to the famous part, so... Anyway, I will wrap things up for this week. Thanks for joining me. Until next week, take care. Bye-bye.